I am the home run king. I hit more than anyone in history. 3,625 hits, 739 doubles, 843 home runs. The people saw it, the people loved me, the people hated me. 19 years, a billion at bats. Not a billion, like 10,000, but it felt like a billion. Started in single A, the minor leagues. I remember it like it was yesterday. Actually, I barely remember it.
Home Run King. I bought the new edition of the baseball game MLB The Show when it was released on March 17th, 2020. I wouldn't typically buy it right when it came out, but it was a strange document, hyping up a season that had already been shut down, a now fictional schedule. But it was still happening here, virtually. A museum piece, a fragile little timeline unfolding.
To be honest, I wasn't even that good at first. Not much power, not much speed. I was a left fielder then. Took me a few years to reach the big leagues and didn't make much of a splash when I did. Unceremoniously bounced out west, slotted into a lineup of aging stars and rising talents, but me, I'm just some guy.
When I say I'm an atypical The Show player, I mean A, I hate calling it The Show, given a normal name, and B, I would play a lot, but only a single no-frills game against the computer. The broader community of the game is mostly geared towards the trading card mode with cards and tokens and I don't even know. I don't know what's going on here. The second most popular mode is called Road to The Show, which is where you create your own player and follow their whole career.
Lots of turmoil in those days. Coach just couldn't get the lineup right, and we were always a heartbreaking loss away from making something happen. They were trying to shove me into playing first base, which I hated. Balls flying at you all the time. I needed the piece of the outfield to recharge between at-bats. But they just wouldn't listen. Came to a head, and they shipped me somewhere else.
The game's AI is bizarre and vacuous. It leaves great players out of lineups when it gets confused, and top-tier prospects languish in the minor leagues for no reason. As seasons go by, the simulated front office decisions pile onto one another, and the rosters become Frankenstein-esque random heaps of players, created by entities with no ability to form plans and understand goals. Just an endless churn of brutally myopic short-term decisions feeding into one another. A world that only exists one day at a time.
I liked my new digs. No more playing second or third or ninth fiddle. It was time for me to break out, become the star I was always meant to be, if I could just stay healthy. A few prime seasons with hot starts, lost to injuries. Was this a curse, or was it my playing style? Maybe I was too hot of a hotshot for my own good.
I don't get the impression that the mode expects you to play every game, but I did. You only play the moments your character is involved in, which removes a lot of mystery of where the ball is going on defense and quickly gives you a sixth sense for when you're pointlessly dropped into a play that you can't affect. There's a lot of restless time. I jog in a circle, I fiddle with the camera, I sometimes sprint into the infield for no reason. I imagine a suddenly open world game where I can run out of the stadium and wherever I want, chaotically careening through the town in my odd, unnatural gait.
I'm not just a home runner, I'm also a base runner, stealing bags at will. The total package. The total package. I remember my first big free agent payday. Where was I gonna go? Where was I gonna go?
I truly don't understand what one could even feel while engaging with the contract portion of the game. Is it exciting to see a big fictional sum of money? As far as I can tell, it doesn't change anything. No new house or car, not even a new shirt. There are only a few places your player exists outside of the baseball field. Asleep on an airplane, responding to the same text from your agent for years on end, being praised or admonished by your coach.
I was always a handful. Coaches didn't like my style. But I'm a bucking bronco, man. I follow my heart, which is in my body, not my head, which is in some other place.
What the hell is this guy even doing? I've seen him try to steal with the bases loaded. I've seen him try to steal the pitcher's mound. But then the next at bat, he hit a grand slam. It doesn't make any sense. Is he mocking us? Is God mocking us? This is like angels in the outfield, but there's no angels, and it's purgatory.
Right after my big 10-year contract, I had second thoughts. My agent went ballistic, but it's not my fault. The new field was too big. It was too hard to hit home runs. It was ugly, but we forced a trade. The new team, though, I don't know. I just didn't really like the colors. I forced trade after trade and made a lot of enemies in the process. Eventually, my sins caught up with me and I paid the price. I wound up in Ohio.
You become rivals with certain players or even whole teams, especially if you leave them for another team. If you hop around a lot, you're basically the heel of the league and everyone hates you. I don't know why this is fun. Retreating to a virtual environment where you're booed around the league. Would the fans boo? What would they even think?
Thing is, I didn't care how many people I pissed off along the way. I was in the league to be the best. Not the best friend, the best ever. At baseball. Smacking the ball out of here. Hustling to first. Past first. Everywhere. Hustling everywhere.
The more bored I got with the game, the more I button mashed. Just absent-mindedly held down buttons, not fully paying attention. Why was I still playing?
I was in a groove. I hit a groove in the back half of my career and couldn't be stopped. I was killing baseball. People were bored. I won 6 MVPs in a row. It was a mere formality. It might have been 7. I don't even actually remember. The fans gazed upon me with vague nothingness. What was there to see? What are you looking at? The home run king.
Playing for all these uncanny, dead-eyed fans. The schedule repeated teams every season but deteriorated in coherence with random games out of place. As players from real life retired, the game filled the rosters with generic fake players. But they weren't generic, they had randomized features, so there were lots of weird beards and mustaches. I just kept going. Once I got close to the home run record, it was all about grinding towards it. It'll be worth it. It's worth getting to 763.
I was making millions and millions of dollars. I bought a big bat for my home, where I run around and smash up all my neighbors' mailboxes and air conditioners. Why? I'm the home run king, the heel of the league. Boo me. Boo me all you want.
Stop smashing our air. I smashed the buttons, pressed them hard like I wanted to get this thing over with, flooring it. I wanted things to go haywire. I wanted the whole thing to collapse on itself. Smack. It was Pavlovian. I wanted the feel of a hit. I didn't even need to notice it.
I forgot about more home runs than you'll get in your life. I don't even sit out of the home run derby. I ruin that just for fun too, every year. Don't even bother showing up. I make a point to sprint out to the outfield and rip the balls away from all the little kids. I fling them around like they're small cats. And there's nothing anyone can do about it, because I'm so good at baseball. I'm the home run king.
I'm barely cognizant of what my team's record is, who's on it.
I don't pay attention to the count, the inning, the score.
There are little bars that say I'm best friends with people whose name I've never seen.
The umpires, my coach, the grounds crew, the fans. I'm not a team player. That's not how I play. I play to hit home runs and steal bases and be free.
As I got close to the all-time home run record, the fans didn't seem to notice. The stands are half full. It's as if no one really cares. Why should they? But I thought they were programmed to. I'm 1 home run away, and they're instead highlighting my 6-game hit streak. A totally meaningless home run record. It was just another day. The game gives all but the smallest acknowledgement of achieving the all-time home run record. There's no reaction from your agent, your coach, your best friend. I returned to the game after a month away to capture a few pieces of footage. I'm surprised at how quickly my skills have deteriorated. It's as if the whole thing never happened.